Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers October 13th to 24th. Sharon's panic and two fresh faces. Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers for October 13th to 24th 2025 expose Sharon Newman, Sharon case, freaking out. We got two new characters in addition to a recast. Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, are telling Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, about Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, being super upset about the hit piece. He's threatening a lawsuit, but Nick is solely focused on getting to LA to check on Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, and Sharon. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, is pushing back, saying it's a bad time for him to leave. Nick's attitude is that the rest of them can handle Kane. Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, as parents also tell her about Kane's threat to sue. Victor thinks Nick is overreacting about this LA thing, but then he gets a hysterical call from Sharon, and his parents relent on him leaving. Victor even orders the private jet to get Nick to LA as fast as possible because Sharon said that Noah was in a bad car accident. She is flipping out and says it's like Cassie Newman, Cameron Grimes, all over again. Chelsea and Adam joke with Victoria later about the calm before the Kane storm. Adam also says that Nick is on his way to LA when Victoria joins them for dinner, so she's not aware of the wreck situation. Victoria says that Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, is also in Los Angeles. Chelsea warns Victoria about Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, working for Kane and kind of being a bit of a con artist and a player. Kyle Abbott, Michael Miller, overhears, and he pulls Victoria aside and tells her he is going to go to LA to win back Claire. He asks Victoria where Claire is staying. Kyle also warns Victoria that Holden is bad news. But Victoria isn't going to tell Kyle anything about where Claire is staying, and she doesn't think it's a good idea for him to go to California. Adam and Chelsea are stunned when they find out that the Kane and Colin story has blown up worldwide. Adam doubts that Kane is ever going to recover from the hit to his reputation that they have dealt him. Kane, meanwhile, tells Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, they both need their public images rehabbed. Kane proposes that they try using his super-duper AI for good instead of evil. That whole thing rubs her the wrong way. Phyllis insists that they need to use the AI for vengeance on their enemies. Phyllis says that Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, was right, that Kane doesn't know what he's doing. He keeps changing his mind and direction. That is all accurate. Phyllis tries flirting the AI program out of Kane, and they nearly kiss. Getting that close to Phyllis freaks Kane out, and after she leaves, he calls trying to reach Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, but just gets voicemail. Kyle is playing tough. Maybe it's with Holden in LA or maybe it's with somebody in Genoa City, as he's trying to get the info about where Claire is staying so he can go stalk her. Jill Abbott, Jess Walton's big decisions affect her relationship with Billy. We'll see if it's better or worse. I'm going to guess it's not better. Jill is leaving Genoa City soon to get more heart treatment in London. But she may get together with Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, before she goes and give her that Abbott funding. Holden gets a blast from the past in LA when he runs into his old friend Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun. She may be an ex-partner in crime, just an ex-friend, or maybe somebody who also dated him. The good news is Sienna is no fan of Audra Charles, Zuleika Silva, who she mockingly calls Audrey. Nick and Sharon are in for a shock. It looks like Noah's car crash was really bad, and it might not have actually been an accident. Claire is happily out at the bar having vespers with Holden. She's rocking a wilder, LA sort of smoky eye rocker look for this new stage in her life. But her plan to get away from the stress in Genoa City goes sideways. I suspect that's because Kyle is going to show up after he tracks Claire down, and is just giving off desperate stalker vibes at this point. Victoria gets some comfort from Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic. Could be about Claire's dilemma with Kyle and Holden. She might be worried about Claire being out on her own in Los Angeles. She may be worried about the car crash that her nephew Noah was in. I'm just hoping that all this is sparks flying for Nate and Victoria. Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, takes matters into her own hands. I wonder if she is going to go personally confront Kane about that AI. I don't think she wants Kane to give it to Victor because I think she's figured out he is definitely going to use it against Jack Abbott, Peter Borgman. What Nikki doesn't know is that Jack wants it to use against Victor. Not surprising, and that's kind of Victor's fault. Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, surprises Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes. It looks like Tessa is going to show up at the mental health facility in Boston where Mariah is getting inpatient treatment for the PTSD of Ian Ward, Ray Wise, and just what went on with that old dude she almost killed. But Mariah might be mad to see Tessa there. This may not be a happy reunion because she's told her to butt out and stay away. Nick and Sharon meet someone mysterious on Thursday. We are getting another new character on Thursday, Detective Burrow, played by the very handsome Matt Cohen. He makes his debut late this week. Fun fact, when he was over on General Hospital, he dated Haley Aaron's character, whose name was Kiki, who was then brutally murdered. Roger Howarth makes his Young and the Restless debut soon. He played Haley Aaron's GH character Kiki's dad until, in very soapy style, they found out that her mom lied and he wasn't really her dad. It's just kind of interesting that Haley Aaron has close ties to 2 of the 3 General Hospital people that are coming. I don't remember her ever having scenes with Tamara Braun over on General Hospital. I know they overlapped at some point, I'm pretty sure, but they weren't really like friends or anything that I can recall. Jack is trying to straighten things out with Billy. Nick goes looking for some answers, and I'm sure it's about Noah's crash. Audra gets an unpleasant reminder of the past. This may be about that sketchy thing that went on in Los Angeles with her and Tucker McCall, Trevor St. John, and Holden that has never been properly explained to us. Nick tries to figure out who targeted Noah. We're going to have more scenes with Detective Burrow, likely with both Nick and Sharon. This all seems to tie back to Noah's nightclub plans. Sienna and Holden's backstory unfolds for us. I'm also wondering if Sienna knows Tucker since she also knows Audra. Billy is still struggling as Jill leaves Genoa City, and I do not expect to have closure on Billy and Jill, or really Kane and Jill, other than she excuses and enables Kane. But Jack does keep trying to smooth things over. He's trying to keep Billy out of a spiral. Chelsea, Adam, and Victor are all feeling quite smug about trashing Kane in the public eye. But if they keep pushing him, he may start to listen to Phyllis, who's whispering in Kane's ear like a devil on his shoulder and may get him to use the AI against Newman. Kyle heads back to Genoa City alone, and Audra is probably going to get a tongue lashing from him. He may blame her for Holden targeting Claire.